Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel Mathematic Girls Party 3226. So today I am here with another video. It is trigonometric function, part 2, class 12. So why am I making a part 2 video here? Because I just saw that when I had made, the part 1 video of this topic, trigonometric function, I got a lot of responses on that. So I thought that let's make another part for that as well. Not just another part, but I'll be making different parts, for this particular topic because we have, as you know, infinitely many questions on the trigonometric functions. So yes, I'll be covering as many questions as possible in one video. So yes, so today we will do some proof questions, some formula based questions. And if you have not watched the part 1 video, make sure you watch that. The link is there in the description box. So let's start with the proof. So the first question is we have to prove that cos pi by 4 plus x plus cos pi by 4 minus x is equal to root 2 cos x. So the very first thing is this is a proof question. So we know that we always start from the LHS. Either you start from the LHS and then like bring the RHS or the other way around. So for this question, we are going to use a formula. So there is one thing that we should like keep in our mind whenever we are solving maths questions, that if any formula has been used, then you make sure you write down that formula on the other side. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'll just write down the formula that I'm going to use for this particular question, and that is, I'll be writing the formula with a smaller bit. Yeah. So the formula is cos A plus B plus cos A minus B. Of course, we can see the question is in this form only. The formula is twice of cos A cos B. That is it. So please write down these formulas somewhere, whatever formulas I'm using in this video. So using this formula, of course, you can see that this is our A and this is B. And the same thing, A and B. It's just A plus B here and it is A minus B here. So using this formula, it will become 2 cos A cos B, right? So what we can write down here is, so twice of cos A, right? So cos A is pi by 4, so cos pi by 4, and then cos B. B is x, so x. Now twice of cos pi by 4, we know that 180 is, sorry, pi is 180, so it is 180 by 4, that is actually 45. So it is cos 45, and we also know that the value of cos 45 is 1 upon root 2. So this will become 1 upon root 2, and this is cos x as it is. So what exactly are we getting? So 2 into 1 into cos x, that is 2 cos x upon root 2. Now, you can say that this is your answer, but we can see that on the RHS, we don't have this form. So what we can do is we can bring this form by rationalizing this particular expression. So we will multiply by root 2 and we'll divide by root 2. That this is also called rationalization. So this will become 2 root 2 cos x. And in the denominator, we have root 2 into root 2. So root 2 into root 2 is root 2 square. Square and root will get cancelled. So it is just 2. And now this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So we are getting root 2 cos x only. That is nothing but our RHS. Hence, proved. Okay. So yes, that is the first proof. Now let's go to the second question. So in the second question, it's again a formula based question. We have to prove that cos 3 pi by 4 plus x minus cos 3 pi by 4 minus x. This should be equal to minus root 2 sine x. Now, as soon as you look at this, like question, you can see that this is again into the form of cos A plus B minus cos A minus B, unlike the first question. In the first one, we had cos A plus B plus cos A minus B, but this one is cos A plus B minus cos A minus B. That means we have a formula for this as well. So, of course, we will start with the proof, but first we will write down the formula. So, I'll just write down the LHS here. So, we will simplify the LHS. I'll just write down the LHS. Always make sure that you write down the first step at least. Okay, and then only you can, use the formula. You can apply the formula. So, of course, here A is 3 pi by 4 and B is x. So, we will use the formula, and that is, of course, cos A plus B minus cos A minus B. Now, the formula of cos A plus B minus cos A minus B is minus 2 sine A sine B. Okay. So, using this formula, this will become because of course you can see that this is into the form of this formula. It is a here, this is b here, a plus b, this is a minus b. So using the formula, it will become minus 2 sine a, right? A is 3 pi by 4, and then sine b, b is x. Now minus 2 sine 3 into pi is 180. So let us simplify it here only, and then sine x as it is. Now it is actually 45. So 45 times 3 minus 2. And then this is sine 3 into 45. So if you calculate this, it is 135. Okay, so sine 135, sine x. Now we can write down this 135. Here again, we are going to use a formula. So we can write down this 135 as minus 2 sine 180 minus 45. Of course, 180 minus 45 is giving us 135, right? So I can write down that. And I'm writing this sine x as it is. Okay. Now, this will become minus 2 sine 180 minus theta. We have a formula for this. Sine 180 minus theta is sine theta. So using this formula, it will become sine theta, that is 45. So sine 45, and then sine x as it is. Now this will become minus 2 sine 45. The value of sine 45 we all know is 1 upon root 2, and into sine x as it is. So this will become minus 2 upon root 2 sine x, right? Now again, you can see that on the right hand side, we had minus root 2 sine x only. So just like we had done the rationalization of in the first question, we will do the same thing over here. So it will become, 1 second, yeah, minus 2 over root 2. This is sine x as it is, and I'll rationalize this. So what do we do in the rationalization? Whatever number, like whatever irrational form that we have in the denominator, we will multiply and divide by the same. So in the numerator, we are getting minus 2 root 2 sine x. And in the denominator, we are getting root 2 into root 2, that is 2 only. So this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So we are getting minus root 2 sine x, and that is nothing but our RHS, hence proved. Okay. So we had these two proof questions, which was very, very important to understand because it was very simple. It was a formula-based questions, right? So now let's go to another, few formula-based questions. So before we start with the questions, I just want to tell you the 4 formulas. Okay, so we'll discuss about those 4 formulas first, and then we will start with the questions. Okay, I'm hoping it will take the shape. Okay. Okay, so there we go. So we have our first formula that we're going to write down here, sine C plus sine D. So sine C plus sine D, the formula is twice of sine C plus D by 2 into cos C minus D by 2. So this is the first formula. We have 3 more formulas, and the next formula is sine C minus sine D. So sine C minus sine D will be 2 sine C minus D by 2 into cos C plus D by 2. This is the formula for sine C minus sine D. Next we have is cos C plus cos D. And of course, you can guess the last one, that is going to be cos C minus cos D. So cos C plus cos D will become 2 cos C plus D by 2. And this will become cos C minus D by 2. And the last formula that we have here is cos C minus cos D. So cos C minus cos D will become minus 2. We have a minus sign here. So minus 2 sine C plus D by 2. And then into sine C minus D by 2. If you think that, you have seen some other formula, it is not the other formula, it is the same formula. We have just kept it like this, 2 sine C plus D by 2 and then sine D minus C by 2. Okay, so instead you write sine D minus C by 2, or you just write down the minus sign outside so that your pattern will be same, C plus D, C minus D, like that. Okay, so these are the 4 main formulas that we are going in our coming questions. So let's start with the first question. So we have our first question where we have to simply simplify the following expressions. Okay. So here we are going to use different formulas as well. So 2 sine, oh, 1 second. Yeah. So we have our first question, that is sine 7x plus sine 3x. We have to simply simplify this, and of course we can see that this is into the form of sine c plus sine d, right? So clearly sine c plus sine d, we know the formula, 2 sine c plus d by 2 into cos c minus d by 2. So I'm not writing here the formula, but you make sure every time you solve any other question, you just write down the formula on the other side. So directly using the formula, it will become sine. This is our c and this is our d. So using the formula sine c plus d by 2, that means 7x plus 3x by 2 into sine c minus d by 2, that is 7x minus 3x by 2. If you simplify this, it will become sine 7x plus 3x is 10x by 2. And then sine 7x minus 3x, that is 4x by 2, right? So clearly 10 by 2 we can write on 5 also, because if you simplify it will be 5. So it is sine 5x. Okay, I'm extremely sorry, I have forgotten the 2 here. So 2, 2, 2 everywhere, 2 sine 5x, and this will become sine 4 divided by 2 is 2 and then x. So we are getting 2 sine 5x sine 2x. And this is our answer. That is it. We just have to simplify this. Okay, now we can go to the next question. So like all these are formula based, only the formulas that I have written just now. So the next is cos 5x plus, okay, this is a beautiful color, cos 5x plus cos 3x, right? So let us simplify this. So cos 5x plus cos 3x, that means it is into the form of cos c plus cos d, and the formula we know is 2 cos c plus d by 2. So 5x plus 3x by 2 into cos c minus d by 2. That means 5x minus 3x by 2, right? Now this will become 2 cos 5x plus 3x, that is 8x by 2. And this will become cos 5x minus 3x, that is 2x by 2, right? This will become 2 cos 8 divided by 2 is 4, so 4x, and this will become cos 2 divided by 2 is 1, so that is just cos x, and that's the answer. It's as simple as that. Now we will go to the next question, and that is question number 3. And we have to simplify cos 5x minus cos 7x. So now we are having the form cos c minus cos d, right? We know the formula of cos c minus cos d, that minus and we have to write on outside. So minus 2 sine c plus d by 2. And we have the other term also in the form of sine only. So sine c minus d by 2. So 5x minus 7x, okay, and here it's minus sign. 5x minus 7x divided by 2. Now this is minus, this is 2 sine 5x plus 7x by 2, right? And this will become sine 5x minus 7x, that is minus 2x, so minus 2x by 2. So this will become minus 2 sine 5x plus 7x, that is 12x divided by 2. And we know the formula here, that formula we are going to use here, that is sine of minus theta. The sine of minus theta is actually minus sine theta. So if I take this minus sign outside, and here we already have a minus sign, so that minus and minus will become plus. So that is plus. And now sine 2 divided by 2 is 1, so it is just sine x. Now we are getting 2 sine 12 divided by 2, that is 6. So 2 sine, okay, 1 second. So we have 2 sine 6x and then sine x, right? And that's the answer. All right, now we can go to the fourth question, and that is sine 5x minus sine 3x. Now we have this question. It is of course into the form of sine c minus sine d. So let's just solve this. We know the formula of sine c minus sine d. Okay, let me use that rainbow color. So sine c minus sine d, we know the formula. It is 2 sine c minus d by 2, that is 5x minus 3x by 2 times cos c plus d by 2, right? So that is 5x plus 3x by 2. I'm not writing the formula once again. I'm reminding you because I've already written all the formula at one place. You make sure write down the formula every time. 2 sine 5x minus 3x, that is 2x. So 2x divided by 2, that is just x. 2 will get cancelled. And then cos 5x plus 3x, that is 8x divided by 2, and that is 4x, right? And that's the answer. Okay, so I have here skipped one step by not writing 2x divided by 2, then 8x divided by 2, and then simplifying it. So I hope you understood this. Okay, now we can go to a proof question. Okay, so this is another question. So I'm just writing it as question number 5. So the next question is a proof question, as I said. So we have to prove that sine 3x minus sine x upon cos x minus cos 3x is equal to cot 2x. Okay, this is what we have to. So of course we are going to start with the LHS here because it's a proof question. So yeah. So let's start with the LHS. So on the left hand side we have the expression sine 3x minus sine x upon cos x minus cos 3x. Of course, you can notice one thing that in the numerator we are having the formula sine c minus sine d. In the denominator we are having the formula cos c minus cos d. So the formula of sine c minus sine d is 2 sine c minus d by 2, that is 3x minus x divided by 2, and then cos c plus d by 2, that is 3x plus x divided by 2. Upon, of course, we have the denominator. So cos c minus cos d, the formula is minus 2 sine c plus d by 2, that is x plus 3x by 2. And then sine c minus d by 2, that is x minus 3x by 2. Right? All right. So now we can write down this as 2 sine 3x minus x is 2x. So 2x divided by 2, 2 will get cancelled. So just x. And here it is cos 3x plus x, that is 4x. 4x divided by 2 is just 2x. Divided by, in the denominator, we have minus 2 sine x plus 3x, that is 4x. 4x divided by 2, that is 2x only. And this will become sine x minus 3x, that is minus 2x. Minus 2x divided by 2 is minus x. Right? So now what we can do here is we can simply, one second. This 2 and this 2 we can cancel. And we are having here sine x. And then this is cos 2x upon, here we have minus sine 2x. And we know that sine minus theta, again, you can write down the formula here. Okay, make sure you write down the formula. Sine of minus theta, we all know it is minus sine theta. So, if I take minus common, so like minus outside, so minus minus will become plus. And this is sine theta, that is sine x only. But clearly the sine x and the sine x will get cancelled. So what we are getting is cos 2x upon sine 2x. We know a very famous formula between cos and sine, and that is cos theta upon sine theta. It is cot theta. So cos theta upon sine theta, the formula is cot theta. That means cos 2x upon sine 2x will become cot 2x. And you can see that this is nothing but our RHS. Hence proved. Okay, now we can go to the next question. So next is again a proof question only. So let's do that question. So this is the next question. So we have to prove that sine 3x minus sine x upon cos 2x, that will be equal to 2 sine x. Okay, so we have to prove this. So to prove this, what we will do is we will of course start from the LHS, the left hand side. So you can see that we are having the form sine c minus sine d on the top. We know the formula of sine c minus sine d. It is 2 sine c minus d by 2, that is 3x minus x divided by 2. And then cos c plus d by 2, that is 3x plus x divided by 2. Divided by, of course, we have cos 2x. So let us write down cos 2x as it is for time being. Now this will become 2 sine 3x minus x, that is 2x. 2x divided by 2 is just x. And this is cos 3x plus x, that is 4x. 4x divided by 2 is, of course, 2x. And upon cos 2x as it is. Now, of course, you can notice here that this cos 2x and this cos 2x will get cancelled. So what we are getting is just 2 sin x. And that is nothing but our RHS. Hence, proved. Okay. So we are done with this proof as well. Now let's move to the next little different proof. Okay. So let's first write down the question. So what do we have to prove is, we have to prove sine 5x minus 2 sine 3x plus sin x upon cos 5x minus cos x. Okay. So we need to prove that this will be equal to cosec 2x, okay, minus cot 2x. All right. So we need to prove this. So for that, what we can do is, of course, we will start from the LHS, right? So on the LHS, I'm just going to rearrange the the terms that you can see, and that we can absolutely do. So it will actually become, I'll just write down this as sine 5x, and this plus sine x I'll write down first. So let us just write down this in bracket because I have just written this together, and minus 2 sine 3x as it is. And in the denominator, we have the same thing, that is cos 5x minus cos x. Okay. All right. So now what we are going to do is, of course, you can see the formula in the LHS, that is sine C plus sine D. And you can see the formula in the denominator. I said LHS, I guess. So in the numerator, we can see the formula sine C plus sine D. In the denominator, we can see the formula cos C minus cos D, right? So using the formula of sine C plus sine D, it will become 2 sine C plus D by 2, that is 5x plus x divided by 2. And then cos, of course, cos C minus D by 2, that is 5x minus x divided by 2. And then this minus 2 sine 3x as it is. Of course, divided by, like upon cos C minus cos D, we know the formula of cos C minus cos D is minus 2 sine C minus D by 2, that is 5x. Okay, sine C plus, so 5x plus x by 2, and then sine 5x minus x by 2. Okay. So sine C plus d by 2, and then sine C minus d by 2. Now what we can do here, we can simplify this, right? So in the numerator, we have 2 sine 5x plus x, that is 6x divided by 2, that is 3x only. And we have cos 5x minus x, that is 4x divided by 2, that is 2x only. Minus 2 sine 3x, right? Upon, we have minus 2 sine 5x plus x, that is 6x, 6x divided by 2, that is 3x. And then here we have sine 5x minus x, that is 4x, 4x divided by 2 is 2x, right? Now you can see that we are having this term here and this term over here. So I can clearly take this term out, right? So I can write down this as, okay. Yes. So I'll take this 2 sine 3x common. Once I'll take this 2 sine 3x common, what I'm left with inside the bracket is cos 2x, and then here minus 1 only. In the denominator, we already have minus 2 sine 3x and then sine 2x, right? Purely this 2 sine 3x and this 2 sine 3x will get cancelled. So what we are getting is cos 2x minus 1 upon minus sine 2x. So this is cos 2x minus 1 in the bracket. So now this minus sign, I can just write down, like I can set it inside the bracket, so it will become 1 minus cos 2x, right? And then upon sine 2x as it is. Now what I'll do, sine 2x. Now I'll separate the LCM, right? You can see that we have 1 minus cos 2x divided by sine 2x. So I'll separate the LCM, and for that what I'll do is I'll write down 1 upon sine 2x minus cos 2x upon sine 2x, right? Now here we have the two formulas that we are going to use. So I'll write down the two formulas. So the first formula is, we know that 1 upon sine theta is cosec theta, okay? So this is 1 upon sine 2x, that will become cosec. At the place of theta, we have 2x, it will become cosec 2x minus cos theta upon sine theta. So what is cos theta upon sine theta? It is cot theta by formula. So this will become cot 2x. All right. So you can see that this is nothing but our RHS. This is what we wanted to prove. So is equal to RHS, hence true. Okay, so this was the last question that I had taken because again, I don't want to make the videos very, very long. So this was the last video for today. This is a part 2. I'm definitely going to come with part 3 as well super soon. So yes, thank you so much for watching my channel. And yes, if you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much.